So yeah, let's go to your tennis career. I only found out you even played tennis around the time when you came back to Derby. A lot of people don't know, but I'm a massive tennis fan. Like I grew up watching a lot of tennis. Like around the time when Federer came on the scene, many years ago. Like my nan was a big McEnroe fan, so I used to watch a lot of tennis and still do. So yeah, I'm like particularly interested in like experiences playing tennis and how you got into tennis.
Same thing, really. Like, just with, like my brother. Like my brother never really played like crazy amounts, but I think my brother, just went down to the park a bit, and we played a little bit, and it was one of them things that we just kind of enjoyed a little bit, and then just kept doing it, and then I think from a quite early age, I was picked up by coaches and like spotted by coaches from like the national team coaches, I guess. So I think it was kind of like in the system from quite a young age, and once you're in the system and that is you're in it, so you just kind of just go goal by goal, firstly like you're under 10s or whatever, you're trying to finish this high under 10s, next thing is same thing under 11, 12s, and you just kind of just keep going, keep building, keep pushing until like next thing you're playing junior Grand Slams and playing pro events and stuff.
One of the highlights of your tennis career was you played in the Australian Junior Open.
Correct.
With your boy Liam Brody.
Yeah, Brody. Shout out.
Let's talk about that then. So I was looking at the bracket as you might. I noticed that you faced and beat Nick Kyrgios. Who I don't know, for anybody who's not a tennis fan, Nick's a professional, probably I think he's been ranked as high as the top 20 in the ATP. Known for being a bit of a wanker.
I gotta say, what? Curious, he's cool. I think he gets a bad stick, but
yeah,
I got respect for him. I got respect for him. I mean, he is who he is. He ain't trying to be like anybody else or nobody else. So I can respect that.
Yeah, I like him, man. I think he's animated. I say wanker, but it's I think just because some of this, he's been disciplined a fair bit over the last few years for this and that. Yeah. But he's entertaining, man. He's a hilarious guy to watch, and he's pretty good. He's really good.
He alright. He definitely can play.
Yeah. So what was the Australian Open like then?
As a whole, like obviously the experience of doing quite well in it obviously makes everything better. But yeah, it was a great experience. Australia is it's a great place. Like this is the only time I've been to Australia, so just obviously getting out to Australia and being there is something that probably a lot of people that I know haven't even done. So I'm blessed for that. And to be honest, I loved Australia. The weather was always good. Like it's always sunny. I mean, we're in for obviously Melbourne for us, so that was a massive city. So there's everything to do and anything to do. You can obviously do it as you please, and especially around the the Open kind of time. There's massive clout behind the tennis and the Open. So there's definitely a little bit of buzz being a tennis player in Australia. Kind of around that time and being able to play in the tournament as well. To say you're actually playing in it. It's cool, man. It's cool. I had a great experience. I travelled with my coach, Dan Kiernan, when I was training out at Saudi Tennis. Obviously playing doubles with Liam Brody. So it's honestly, it was great. You just been playing tennis every day, something you love, getting to compete at the highest level, playing some of the best people in the world for your age. And just eating good every day, man. Ate good every day.
Very important.
Good every day, yeah.
So how does it work in terms of the juniors? Because I know for the men's, you get paid to qualify. You get paid when you qualify, and then you get paid a bit every round you last. Is it the same for the juniors, or is it?
Well, no. So for the juniors, there's not like prize money in the tournaments, right. And then depending on and especially nowadays, American college for tennis, even now, it's becoming more and more of a like a wanted journey. I think people used to turn pro probably a little bit quicker, I think, and going to college kind of, I think maybe 20 years ago or so, kind of gave the impression that maybe you weren't taking tennis as seriously no more, if you understand. Like, obviously, going to college and basketball is still on that journey, but I think tennis kind of had a different feel to it. But now, especially going to college is a massive thing. Like, there's been so many people that have come out from American college to go on and be professional tennis players, and obviously it's a massive journey. So based with that, you're not allowed to turn professional or make any money before you go to college. So a lot of juniors will forego things like that to ensure that they remain eligible to go to America.
Right.
So juniors are more based upon point system. So same as the men, just without the prize money in the actual tournaments.
Right. So did you ever consider, going down the college tennis route, or was it always going pro?
Yeah, not everybody does know this, but yeah, I was really my debate to go pro or to go college route was like heavily, like it was very tight. Like I wasn't really sure which one exactly I wanted to do. I didn't know which one exactly would be best for my tennis. I had a lot of offers from a lot of unis. But yeah, I actually ended up signing. I ended up saying I was interested to go to Texas A&M. But under the agreement, I wasn't sure if I wanted to go college or go pro. But I ended up going pro in the end. And the coach at Texas A&M, Steve Denton, he was super cool with it. Like he understood like where my decision was at, where my head was at. Wished me the best. But yeah, if I did go to college, I would have been an Aggie at Texas A&M.
I guess if you were you still playing basketball, like recreationally at the time?
Nah, not really, to be honest. Yeah, I played maybe once in the summer with my brother and a couple of my friends, but to be honest, I didn't really want to play too much just because, tennis is like such a full-on thing. It's a lifestyle. Like you don't get that much free time generally, so the time sometimes you need when you're just like chilling out, sometimes you really need just to be resting, so there wasn't really too much time to be playing basketball. But on a couple of my visits, I took my visits to go to America, and a couple of them visits, the coaches get to know you, and a lot of them knew that I was played basketball, a bit of a basketball fan, so I got to see like a lot of their basketball facilities, and I got to play on the courts with play on the practice courts and stuff like that. Have a little shoot around, so that was cool. Actual play wise in the middle, in between, there wasn't massive amounts of playing for myself.
So what made you essentially take the go down the route of being primarily a doubles player, and why didn't you want to do the singles, I guess?
To be honest, I never really took that. I was kind of playing tennis and playing singles and doubles, to be honest. But it's kind of not normally, but I chose to play both. I like playing doubles, I like playing singles. So you kind of just go to most tournaments, and I sign it. I play both, so I play the singles and the doubles.
Right.
In the Australian Open, obviously, like I won the doubles and lost quarterfinals of the singles. So it's kind of just like that for probably most of my career. There wasn't many tournaments where I'd go there and not play singles or doubles. If I was going to a tournament, I would almost always play both. I would say I just had a knack for doubles early on. I think singles maybe a bit more competitive. I would say majority of players growing up or whatever, singles obviously is a massive focus. Most people focus on singles from a young age. But yeah, so I was very much a singles player, but doubles just, I don't know, I think it just works for you. You kind of understand it, and yeah, it just works for you. You understand the game, and as well, I had some good partners as well. I was lucky enough to play with, like Liam Brody and Lloyd Glasspool and Frederick Nielsen, who's a Wimbledon champion. Yeah. I was lucky enough to play with some good guys. So I think kind of my journey on the doubles court, I was able to learn from a lot of great players. So I think that excelled probably my doubles specific learning.
No, that's fair, man. That's interesting, man. you meet a lot of, double sport athletes, and like you very rarely do you see, guys like yourself who've essentially, been professional in one, been professional in the other, so it's just really interesting to hear, that experience. So you kind of shocked the world, I guess, in with the UK basketball world when you made a comeback to basketball, and you signed with Derby Trailblazers, your childhood team in was it 2016? 2016? I want to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, what made you come back to basketball?
Rima, one of my close friends, Rima Lasals.
Shout out Rima.
I've known him. Yeah, shout out the guy. I've known him since probably like 9, 10 or something, and he was out in America, so he did the college route, basketball in America type thing, and the same time when I was in this kind of limbo, I wasn't exactly sure exactly what my next steps were. He was coming back from studying in America and playing basketball out there. Yeah, I think he had just finished, and obviously summertime especially, I was with him quite a bit, and don't know, it's kind of like, it was like, if you're around, because I hadn't really been around like that. He told me, he was kind of thinking of possibly playing at Derby, and probably since a young age with tennis, I'd never been in, my home's Nottingham. I've never been in Nottingham for, a long period of time, enough to really, play with a team. So, with that, I kind of took an opportunity there and just thought, I love playing basketball. Like, even from a young age, like I could never truly do split basketball from tennis. I loved them both, and I wanted to be on a tennis court or basketball court. Like, that was it for me. I just wanted to be on one of them two courts. So an opportunity just to, play basketball, and especially play basketball with one of my best mates, like, it kind of was like a no-brainer for me. Like, it's fun. I've got history at Derby. Like, I was at Derby since maybe 13 times. My brother's been there. My brother's won titles with them. So everything was just right. The team was right. Players on the team was right. So timing was good. And so, I made the decision to go down there and play. And to be honest, like, after that, like, it was a bit of a crazy progress. Like, obviously, like, now being at Leicester, I didn't really expect, to be here. I never really had a exact plan when it was, when I decided, I'm coming back to basketball. But yeah, I think it's sometimes you just some things happen and you get, good balls, and you just have to pick them up and run. So.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. So did you feel, I guess, any pressure, coming back to basketball, making the jump straight back into playing, D1, which albeit isn't, the best league in the world, but it's a fairly decent standard as far as England goes. Did you feel any pressure? You know what? No, I didn't. Especially, at the start, it was, I guess, if we go back to like the pre-season of Derby, it was straight. I'm a competitive guy at nature, so regardless, I'm gonna be competitive in the game situations. But except from that, it was kind of, I was just happy to be playing, and I was enjoying it, and I just kind of obviously wanted to play like the best I could play. But at the end of the day, I just kind of wanted to play. I'd think, to be honest, the most kind of pressure times came in, or well, maybe where I felt most nervous was kind of when we started to do well in the pre-season and the early games of the season. We won a lot of them, and I guess then it was kind of like, oh, you know what, like, as a team, like, we really might be able to do something. Like, we good. Yeah. So that was maybe like the only time, but like even like saying that, like, the club and the players, like, we had a pretty good team, as in, like, guys wise, everyone got along with each other, everyone was cool. So like, it wasn't even like saying that, it wasn't like, for me anyway, it wasn't like nervous times. It was just being able to play basketball with a good group of guys, play
good group of competition, and a lot of the times we actually ended up winning. So
yeah, no, I remember that year, man. You lot were good. I think it was you guys in Derby and Northumbria at the first half of the season. Some people say, these aren't my words, but some people say, you and Rima leaving handed the title to Northumbria, but we won't talk about what ifs.
Yeah, like I said, it's not like the way exactly I would want to, but sometimes things like come up and the situation's kind of a bit too good, and you just got take the situation and just run with it. So unfortunately, weren't able to finish out the season, but I had confidence in that Derby team, with we had a lot of good players, and a lot of hungry players, and I feel like if the season finished out, I would have liked to think we would have been able to hopefully get a couple more wins, and who knows. But did Northumbria, they won it that year, didn't they? Northumbria.
Yeah, they won it that year. I think they ended up winning the double. They won the league and the cup. But I remember talking to my friend who played at Northumbria after they played you lot. I think you lot. Actually, I watched the game back at work. I think on the day after the game, and he was saying this Josh kid, man, didn't he play tennis? How's he this good? And I think you lot beat them by 20 points or something like that.
Yeah, that was a good. It was actually a good game. One of them games, it was weird. I think that was probably the game where when I thought as a team Derby, we could do this, because we played a few teams pre-season, and but I think that might have only been maybe our fourth game or so. So they obviously Northumbria a good setup, great setup they had, and they had a lot of real good players on there, So I think they were probably at that point, realistically probably favourites for the year, So going up against them, it was all right, well, let's really find out how we're faring against some of these teams. And one of them, we just went out there and kind of played our game, and I think things just clicked for us. We hit some of the right shots at the right time, and we won the game. I had a decent game. I think after that point, it was you know what, maybe we might be able to do all right this year. So
you saying you felt like you was back?
Nah, definitely didn't feel like I was back. But I felt like I was
getting there
at a reasonable place. I can't say I'm back. There's so many guys in so many teams that have worked hard and learned their craft. So there's a way to go at that point, even there's a way to go at this point. But definitely at that point, I felt comfortable being on the court with some of the better guys in the country.
Yeah.